That's it. I'm speechless. This franchise, and specifically this movie, has tested me to the fucking limit. Merry fucking Christmas, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my rant on Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. Well, it's actually Home Alone 5. Yeah, there's a fifth one. Well, they don't actually use the numbers anymore. They just title them. So Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist. Just when you thought things had well and truly sunk the battleship with Home Alone 4. Nope. They decided to carry on. Yay! Although this movie was actually released on TV 10 years after the fourth one. Oh, God, so Home Alone 5. The basic plot of the movie is as follows. Finn Baxter sets up booby traps to catch the ghost of his new home's former occupant, only to discover he must protect the house and his sister from 3 bumbling art thieves. Yeah, so basically it's more of the same. Oh, God. Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. This movie just fucking sucks. Everything about this movie is just fucking shit. I hate this movie. Once again, it's another shitfest from this franchise. It's not quite as dumb. It's not quite as annoying as the fourth one, because at least it doesn't fuck any continuity. It's just plain and simple bad. And once again, the biggest crime of this movie is that it's just so boring. It's just so fucking boring. It's another stupid plot in which the villains want to steal some kind of MacGuffin and the kid who lives in the house has to defend. It's the same movie for the 5th time. I mean, seriously. If anybody else isn't tired of this by this point, I'd be very surprised, because I'm getting sick of these movies. I mean, the kid himself, he isn't even that interesting. His name's Finn. All he is, he's just this regular 10-year-old kid who's obsessed with video games. He has a sister who's a teenager who's always on her phone. Like, what we see at the beginning are family dysfunctions. They've just moved to a new house because the mum has got a new job. And it's all very dysfunctional. And yada yada, you get the idea. And then, you know, the parents go off to a Christmas party, leave the kids home alone. And then the boy, you know, gets his sister locked in a basement by mistake. And then he has to get her out and also defend from the villains. Yada yada, you get the idea. It's not even funny anymore. It's not even funny. It's just embarrassing. That's how bad these movies have gotten now, to the point where this 5th one, it's just fucking embarrassing to watch them now. I can't even get a thrill out of any of the traps or any of the physical comedy, because we've seen this before. 4 times. 4 times before this. You know, what more can you show us? Oh yeah, Malcolm McDowell's in this movie. God, what the hell is Malcolm McDowell doing in this movie? He's better than this. This is easily one of the worst performances from Malcolm McDowell. Just what the fuck? His villain is just I mean, okay, he's not terrible in the role. Like, he's okay, but the character is just a thief. And he's got his 2 cronies with him who are dumb, you know, characters. There's one guy called Hughes or whatever, and the other one's called Jessica. So there's like a trio of villains now, and they're just so mismatched. They don't work together. And him, you know, just seeing Malcolm McDowell getting abused by all the traps in this film, it makes me feel like they forced him to do it. I mean, I know that's probably not the case. I mean, Malcolm McDowell can't have wanted to do this. Surely not. Surely Malcolm McDowell has more dignity and more integrity. Well, clearly not, because he signed up for this piece of shit. Did someone point a gun to his head? You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, the kid, I mean, Finn, the actor's not bad, but the character's so boring. He's no Kevin McAllister. You know, I don't buy the relationship with his parents. You know, his dad seems like a complete idiot as well. And also, the sister doesn't seem to do much either. The sister gets locked in a basement for most of the story. And then she gets out towards the end, so she doesn't get to do much. And again, this movie is such filler that nothing happens in this movie. Literally nothing happens. It is so long and so boring. It's 90 minutes, but it feels like a fucking age, because nothing is happening. You know, it's even slower than the fourth movie, and that's saying a lot. Like I said, don't care for the traps, don't care for the comedy, didn't really laugh once. Yeah. Also, Edward Asner is in this movie. He plays a cameo role. He plays the mum's boss because they go to a Christmas party. And one thing which I don't understand, which is quite a dumb bit of logic from this movie, or, well, lack of logic, is when they go to the party and then the snowstorm manages to pick up, so they're going to struggle to get home, and they can't obviously drive home in those conditions. And then she has a rant at the boss and says, look, I'm sorry, if you want to fire me, that's totally fine, but I have to go home, see my kids, it's Christmas, they're home alone, I'm sorry. To which the rant seems a bit extreme, and then he's like, well, it just so happens I have some friends in the forest service. Hey, what the fuck is the forest service? Not only that, then we cut to the parents in their car just driving on the road as if nothing's happened. So it doesn't look like this storm really affected anything, did it? So why did he go to that length to say, oh, I'll get my friends to help you, unless they cleared the snow on the road, but it doesn't make sense. And the parents are not fazed by the conditions. They're just casually driving home. Duh! Think, movie! The movie does not have a brain. It just doesn't think. The script is terrible. Ugh. And this the formula for these Home Alone movies is just so fucking monotonous. And there's this other kid that Finn befriends, the next door neighbour, who's a bit younger than him, and he's always building snowmen and everything. And then he uses like his snowball machine at the end to stop one of the villains or something. And she's on the phone to her boyfriend or something. And she's like, oh no, I think we can do this. I think we can, you know, have another chance. And then she's being shot out by the snowballs. And then we hear the boyfriend's voice. He's like, you know what? I don't need this. It's just so dumb. It's ridiculous. Also, another moment in the film which is really dumb. Malcolm McDowell tries to climb through a window with a broken leg. Yep. Twice. He tries to climb through a window with a broken leg. And when he gets into the bedroom, the boy, Finn, manages to dress everything up. And he uses a microphone to deepen his voice to make it out like there's a ghost everywhere. And he tries to scare Malcolm McDowell. It's just ridiculous the way that Malcolm McDowell's character gets so scared. And the traps, the way they're set up, it's far too intricate. I mean, at least with the first movie, it was kind of plausible, the stuff that was set up where it was. I mean, it was a little unbelievable, but like, at least with the first movie, you felt like there was a physicality to the whole thing. Even the first two movies, really. Like, the traps, they hurt, and you felt the impact from them. This movie, once again, it's a cartoon. Ever since the third film, it's always been a cartoon with these films, and I'm sick of it. Just sick of it. And the way that, like, Malcolm McDowell falls down the stairs, gets wrapped up in Christmas paper, and then tape comes around him. It's all so silly and so intricate. Again, I understand these movies are made for kids and for families, so it's not meant to be taken seriously. But there's got to be some logic, and I don't think there is any logic. And by this point, I just give up. I'm not even sure how I'm going to survive the next one. I just give up with this fucking shit. I mean, is there anything I like about it? Well, no. Okay, the acting isn't as bad as the previous film, and it's not quite as dumb and stupid, but it is dumb. There's no question about it. And oh god, just the fact that Malcolm McDowell's in it is such a sin. And also the scene where Finn goes to the shop to buy all the supplies to try and break his sister out of the basement, and he gets like thousands of dollars worth of stuff. What did he think was going to happen? You know, I mean, for a 10-year-old, maybe he's smart, but he's not that smart, because he didn't think of how much all that stuff would cost. It's just a stupid scene. I guess it was obviously played for laughs. Also, the actor Bill Turnbull appears in this as Simon, who's an online friend that Finn makes. There's a really weird scene when Simon actually hacks, I don't know, Finn's personal account or something. And he phones the mum, and he's like, oh, your son's been kidnapped and all of this stuff. And he says things which give the wrong impression, which is, I know it's meant to be funny, but it is very disturbing what he says. And lo and behold, the fucking SWAT team come into his flat where he's playing a game, and they nearly arrest him. It's just so ridiculous. And then Simon's actually managed to hack their camera, their CCTV. What the fuck? And then he's sitting there with the SWAT team, watching the villains get punished. It's just so illogical. It makes no sense. And then it turns out in the end, the mum actually likes Simon, and she's like, oh, he's actually quite a nice guy. I mean, he's actually quite a lot older than Finn. He's like I don't know, he's about my age. He's in his early 20s, and he goes to college or something. But he can't afford to see his family for Christmas. So in the end, the Baxter family are rewarded some money for helping stop the villains. And then they use some of that to get him to fly for Simon to go and see his family for Christmas. So yeah, to be honest, there's not much else to say. It's just such a disgrace of a movie, such a disappointment. I don't think I scratched my head as much as the fourth, but that's not a compliment. You know, these movies are ridiculous. You know, they've gone too far now. And I know that there's one more to go, but I'm dreading it. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give Home Alone, The Holiday Heist, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. Yeah, 1. Simply because the acting is slightly better. I mean, at least Malcolm McDowell is okay in the movie, but other than that, there's nothing to like here. There really isn't. So, oh God, with that being done, we now move on to the 6th and currently final movie. I mean, I'd never say die, because it may not be the last one. Next time on movie review, I'm going to review Home Sweet Home Alone, which is a new Disney Plus original, and it's the 6th movie in this franchise. God, it just never fucking ends. It just goes on forever. So anyway, what do you think of Home Alone 5? Please comment down below, let me know, and stay tuned next time when I review Home Sweet Home Alone. So until then, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. Thank you for watching. See ya. Bye for now.